Welcome back to Today on Bay TV. I'm Gaynor Morgan. With me now are Kay and Jerry Lockett. And we're going to be talking down the caravan. Down the caravan. Kay, tell me more.
Well, basically, Down the Caravan is a comedy drama set in a caravan site in West Wales. It's something that I wrote 4 years ago. It's the first thing I've ever written. I joined a local adult education centre and did a course in creative writing. So part of one of the homework tasks we were set was to write something about a holiday or something we knew. So I wrote this, and then unbeknown to me, my husband printed it off. And
as you do.
As you do.
Yeah.
And he actually works as a driver for the TV and film industry. And he was picking up Matthew Rhys, the Welsh actor, that day. And he just passed it to Matthew in the car and said, would you mind having a look at this? And it's gone from there, hasn't it?
Yeah, and then Matthew rang me up a couple of weeks later and said, right, he said, I'm home, I'm working on a film at the moment down in Wales. I'm home in a couple of weeks' time. If you get a load of actors together from Wales which you think will fit the part, and we'll do a read-through in Pinewood in Cardiff.
Oh, what an accolade.
Yeah, it was amazing.
How did you break that news to Kay?
Well, I didn't tell Kay till we were having the read-through on the Sunday. I didn't tell her till the Friday before.
The Friday.
So you got the actors together, did you?
I got all the actors together.
Yeah. Oh, how did you feel then? Were you nervous?
I was really nervous. We filmed the read-through in Pinewood Studios in Cardiff, and there were all these people, you know, that I grew up watching them on TV, and I'm thinking, wow. I kept going to the toilet and coming back because I didn't know what to, because I was so nervous. But we had sort of a buffet and wine, so I had a couple of glasses of wine and I felt a little bit more relaxed. But yeah, they were just so lovely as well, because, you know, they weren't getting paid for this. They travelled, some of them further than West Wales to Cardiff to do this.
They believe in the project.
Yeah.
We need to cut to the chase a bit, because it's one thing writing, isn't it? I think, as we all know, that's almost the easy bit, not to take away from your talent. The problem now is just getting it out there, isn't it?
It is, and that's what we're doing now. We're crowdfunding, and basically the money that we raise will make a pilot so that we can then present that to commissioners and production companies.
It's £150,000.
It's surprising how expensive it is when you look at, you know, when you cut it all down. I mean, like I said, I've had no experience in the film industry, and now I understand it a bit better, how expensive.
And Jerry, that's with the actors giving of their time.
Yeah, we have a line producer who's come on board called Cheryl Davis, who's a very experienced line producer. She's done the budget for this. It's not just the filming of it. We got to, because we're filming down in Larne, we've got to have accommodation for all the actors. We've got accommodation for the crew, because we're going to have probably about 40 crew as well. We've got to feed them, so it's the caterers. We've got to have transport, we've got to have security, we've got to hire the equipment, the cameras, and then it's going, after it's all filmed, it's got to go then into the cutting room. So we got.
It's a huge gamble, but I think, as we might hear now in a minute, I think possibly starting with Matthew Rhys, you've got a lot of conviction behind you. I think Matthew Rhys really believes in the project.
Yeah, he did.
Hello, I'm Matthew Rhys. People are often telling me to go fund myself, at least I think that's what they're saying. But I've realised funding as an individual isn't half as successful as it is in a crowd. So I've joined Crowdfunder in order to raise money for Down the Caravan. That's not a caravan, that's a camper van, which is apt for me because people often say I am quite camp. But Down the Caravan is a ridiculously funny television pilot written by the ridiculously talented Jerry Lockett. And we're raising money to make it, and hopefully in turn a television series. So if you like a good laugh like this, or like this, do as the Welsh colliers did and dig deep, or far simpler, click on the link. Be a part of history. Fund Down the Caravan. I may not be very butch, but I know something funny when I see it.
Hello, I'm Melanie Walters, and I've joined crowdfunding to raise money to do a pilot, a very funny pilot called Down the Caravan, that is written by Jerry Lockett, who is a very clever person. Now, I'm up here in front of a very big caravan, because I don't do things in half measures. Matthew Rhys, camper van, really? But although I've got a big one and Matthew's got a small one, our goal is the same. To raise money to make this pilot so others can see it, so they can cough up to make a TV series. Win-win. So please dig deep into your pockets or into somebody else's pocket, and please donate. Thank you for your time. Click on the link.
Hello there, I'm Stefan Rodri. Some of you might know me as my alter ego Dave Coaches. Alright, what's occurring? And if you do, then you'll also know that I'm partial to some caravan-based comedy. If you are, then you can do no better than support Down the Caravan, written by Jerry Lockett. It's a fantastic, hilarious, new situation comedy. And in order to get funding, please click on the link, the crowdfunding link, to support Down the Caravan. This is a caravan, by the way. Hang on in now. Ta-da.
So just to recap, we had Dave Coaches, Melanie Walters, and of course Matthew Rees.
Yeah.
I think they want a job, don't they?
They're all in it.
Yeah.
They've all got parts in it.
They're all a very deep conviction there.
Yeah.
You just couldn't have a better sort of accolade, really, could you? What form does this crowdfunding take? Who are you looking for? I mean, I know you want anyone, I suppose, to give you money, but are there particular people who will crowdfund pilots like this?
It's basically anybody who's interested in it and thinks they like, especially people who've got a caravan themselves and they probably like to see something like this on the TV. It's anybody get involved, and also if people want to be an extra in it, if they donate, they can become an extra in it, and this can be, obviously, like Matthew said, become part of history, and it's going to be one I've worked on.
It is so much a part of our history, isn't it? I'm surprised it's such an untapped resource in a sense, and yet almost everyone I know, I live very near Park Dean, Tracker Bay and Porthcawl, you know, and I mean, almost everyone I know sort of has some links.
So, yeah, it's massive in this country, and that's why I think it's going to be quite relatable for people that, you know, everyone's stayed in a caravan or knows family or friends that have, so...
But you've got a caravan in Larne,
We did. We had it for 4 years, and then our daughters grew up and sort of didn't want to come with mum and dad anymore. But it's something we're going to look back at.
We're going to get
I was going to ask, if this takes off, will you be able to show your face?
Maybe you have to go to a different part.
Yeah.
Have you? You've got to be careful now. Have you based it on real people? Or?
I would say about 50% of our observations as a couple are all things that have actually happened to us. Because with a caravan community, it's funny. It's like when you have your neighbours at home. You go down your caravan on the weekend, and you've got your community of neighbours down there as well. And it's people from all walks of life, all ages.
And it's great community spirit, isn't it? And the clubhouse and all that sort of thing.
And you do get little cliques as well, you know. You get your posh ones with the really fancy caravans, and then you get ones like us, which is the house that Jack built like this. But, you know, and you get like a bit of the people in the statics of the posh ones, because, you know, obviously they have to pay their ground rent, and it's very...
and they got to flush on their toilets, and they got to probably shower.
they don't have to go trekking.
They don't have to rent the clubhouse.
That's of Undermilk Wood, isn't it? But set in a caravan park in the 21st century.
Yeah, really, I suppose so. I never
Human
thought
nature,
about
I suppose, doesn't alter.
No, it doesn't.
How long did it take you to write?
Well, I wrote it, probably the bones of it, in an afternoon. But then over the years, I met a writer called Max Botkin, an American writer, who Jerry'd met on a film called Show Dogs. And he has been my mentor. He's been fantastic.
Oh, right.
So he was actually, we had a meeting, and he suggested making one of the main characters an American, which I've written in. And I would send my stuff to Max, and he'd be like, yeah, because he would like sort of have a look through and say maybe this doesn't work or maybe this would, and it's been like a long, you know,
I'm sure it's going to take off, and your problem then will be finding sequels and ideas for you. So you'll have to get a caravan. Not in Larne, somewhere else.
Yeah, get inspiration.
Just quickly in the last few seconds, I'm sure we've all been inspired by this. What do you want people to do?
Basically, if you go on crowdfunding Down the Caravan, and it's literally there, it'll explain everything. You click on the link, and then you can make a donation, big or small. It all helps, and it would just be fantastic.
Crowdfunding. Down the caravan. Have your credit card ready.
Yeah.
And who knows, you'll be part of history.
Exactly.